This is Hellfreaks. This is Joseph.
And I'm Sue. I'm the singer of the band.
And I'm the guitar player of the band.
And we prepared a little interview for Antichrist Magazine for you today.
Right.
Alright, let's go to question number 1.
Hellfreaks is about 10 years old now, and it's basically playing modern rock, funk, metal, funk.
Funk? What's funk?
Punk. Sorry, not funk. Okay. We're playing modern metal punk.
Yeah, and we're raised in Hungary, and we changed a lot in our history because we started as a pretty different band. We started as a psychobilly band, but we changed to a better way. And there was another question about the meaning of the band name, and actually there is not the big meaning behind. When we figure out this name, the only goal was to have a band name which is just one word, and yeah, I don't know, I guess we felt hell close enough to us, so that's why it ended up to Hellfreaks.
Yes, and we are freaks.
Yeah.
So God on the Run is the 4th album, if I'm right, released by Hellfreaks. It was released in February this year. The songs were written basically by Gobby, the bass player, before I joined the band in 2018. And then basically what we did is that we went through all the ideas together and then checked what could be changed, or what we would do in order to make them even better, so to say. Then we have recorded the whole thing in 2019, and yeah, basically that's it, if I'm right.
Yeah, like from my perspective, it's the very best album we ever wrote. We worked on it way too long time. No, we worked on it really so long, but it's the first time that we could work together with a US-based producer, with US-based mastering. We had the opportunity to record it as often as we want, because most of them were recorded at home. And yeah, so in my eyes, it's the first album where I'm totally satisfied with it. And I think we can be happy because we received a lot of great reviews about it, and like pretty much worldwide. And yeah, I think it's really the album that set what we are right now, and also the way where we want to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have to say that it's not a concept album, so the lyrics are not about one topic. I wrote all the lyrics, and that's why the topics are basically whatever was going around in my head, whatever I was worrying about, or whatever I thought that has to be spoken out. I think it's quite dark because I'm really bad at writing happy songs, but like the fans said that it's like super motivating for them, because they're like getting power out of the lyrics, because they see that others also suffering with the same problems, and they see how others get out stronger because of these problems. So yeah, it's hard to describe it in one sentence, but also I would be quite unhappy if it would be possible to describe it in one sentence. This album was released at the German label called Sunny Bastard Records. It's the very first time that we work with that label, and yeah, we're quite happy because first our mindset was that maybe we're just going to release it by ourselves. Before God on the Run, also the other albums were released on German labels, so it wasn't a new thing for us to work with any label. But here in that case, we worked out so much of it by ourselves that we weren't sure that we really want to be on board with someone else. But yeah, we met Sunny Bastard at the very last second, and he seemed to be the right partner. So yeah, we were happy with him.
Well, having a label deal might open up doors to new possibilities for a band, but on the other hand, we feel that even if there is no such help, we need to be able to produce new things all the time, and we need to find the channels how we can reach our fans. So basically, how we think about this is that it can give an additional power to the band, but it shouldn't be the only way how the band is functioning. So basically, it can help, but it's not an inevitable something without which we cannot work.
Of course, because COVID, the situation is way more difficult than we planned or that we ever thought that could happen. But we were kind of lucky, because after we released the album in February, we had at least 4 or 5 gigs in Germany. So at least there was something of an album release tour that we could do. But on the other side, of course, we plan to do more, or we hope to be able to do more, because we worked on that album 2 years, and of course, a work of 2 years you don't want to release in only 4 gigs. But that's how it is. Of course, we had to cancel a lot of gigs. We still are not able to plan new gigs, because even the next year is super unsecure. So the situation is not that happy in that case, but we still work on. We keep our head over the water, and we try to bring out new things.
Yes. Yeah, so, well, I'm not sure whether it was an epic fail or it's an epic fun, or
It was great.
Well, yes, at least it was surprising. So the story is that last year, I think it was in 2019, at the beginning of June, when we played in north of Germany, and there was
I think it was Rostock.
It was Rostock. Yeah, it's possible. Well, it was, I think, the 4th or 5th day of the tour, and I had to spare my underpants already. And when we've started playing, I was in a short, and I think it was around the half of the gig when I jumped quite a big one, and well, I have realized that something has opened what shouldn't have opened, and first I have shown the issue. Meanwhile, playing to our drummer, and actually, he was almost fell off the drum chair, and then, of course, as I was moving around, more and more it became obvious that there is a middle moving part that normally is not visible during the show, but it was visible. But at least this funny moment has given some extra fun for the supporting band, for us who have also given me a spare like tanga that they had in their merch. So it was a very funny moment when they wanted to give it, so put it up on me while playing, and while my my body was just hanging around meanwhile. So yes, I think at least in the last 2 years when I have been with the band, probably that was the biggest fun during the show.
We were dying. I'm not sure if we could even finish the song. I don't remember, but I know that I was like...
Yeah, but we were professionals, so such a thing cannot just, hinder the show going on.
No, it spiced it up.
Yes.
So everyone who knows me a little bit won't be surprised that I'm gonna name here a female-fronted band, and this time I'm gonna name Ginger. Doesn't matter if we talk about their last EP or album, Micro or Macro, both are incredible, amazing, and also very, very motivational for me what a girl is able to do with her voice. So I think that, I mean, they are these songs, all of them are very, very great and very awesome.
Yeah, so for me, recently a very nice album was released by a fellow band of us. It's a Hungarian band. Their name is Mad Robots, and they are playing something like Deftones mixed with Tool, and actually, so the album was so versatile, some kind of electronic kind of flavor to it, which was which I really like listening to recently. So that's what I can mention at the moment.
If the next year is going to be like this year, and the summer festival is going to get cancelled like this year, I think the effect is way more worse than we thought, or than we expected. So on the other side, of course, it's cool to see how musicians start to like put their power together, let's say it that way. But I don't think that any one of us ever thought that we're going to be in such a heavy and complicated situation like that. And it has effects on the bands, on the musicians, everyone who works in the background, on the clubs, on the promoters, bookers, labels, everyone. So, even in these last years, it's been very, very difficult to be a rock band. I think it's more difficult than like 10 years ago when we started. But now that's another new level that I didn't thought that we have to work out somehow.
Yeah, so I know that so situation is of course different from band to band. We are sort of lucky that at least we have our way of working done so that we can work even during such circumstances. So we have our own home studios, we can record new stuff, we can work at least. Of course, it's another thing how we can show that. So recently these online concerts have become more popular, of course, because that's how now live music can reach people. I think that will somehow turn into a more standard way. From now on, probably there will be some channels how bands can create, of course, money from this. So that's somehow what would be important, that in such circumstances we should be able to fund ourselves somehow with the help of the fans. So that's basically a new challenge that we need to overcome. Yes, so that's it. I mean, it's a really difficult situation, which will give new opportunity as well, and of course it will cause some pain until this is over.
So I'm not saying that we have really plans, but we are working. We are working on new material. So first of all, we already have a new song finished. Like it's not just written, but we already recorded, and it's like 100% finished. And I personally think that it's really the best song we ever wrote. Yes. So I'm like sitting on fire that I don't know when we can release it, but I just want to show it to the world because I think it's so amazing.
The best song in the world.
It's the best song in the world. Well, definitely it's the best Hellfreaks song for me, for myself. Like,
yes.
It's a bit different than the songs before, and I think it's a bit more heavy, and it's a great one.
Absolutely agree.
We also recorded a new music video to one of the songs from God on the Run. Of course, it's not that big like we had for Red Sky or Witch's Heel and stuff like that, but I think the idea behind it is quite cool. So I don't know when we're going to release it yet, but definitely till the end of the year. And yeah, we'll see how it turns out. I mean, we're working on new music. I hope that we can finish a couple of new songs till the end of the year, and we'll see what we can do with the new songs next year. Maybe release it, maybe being even more patient.
Yes.
And so we're on it. We are creating new stuff and dealing with the situation.
Yeah, so absolutely. Now what we're doing is that we are bringing up new ideas. We are working on like new riffs with Gubby. Also somehow the work style is changing a bit, so we, at least myself and Bela, the drummer colleague, is also more involved in writing the new songs. So that will be a surprise also for us to where these kind of ideas will lead us, but they are already quite promising. And then we'll see how the next year will develop from live gigs perspective, whether we will have some online gigs or whatever we would do, just, you know, not to get bored.
Thank you so much for your attention, and I hope you liked this little interview. If you liked it, you can also check the channel of the Hellfreaks on YouTube. And yeah, hope to see you over there as well. Bye.
Ciao.